Let it be so, Father God. Let it be so. Let it be so.
Lord, right now we just release the presence of the Lord in the Senate chamber. We just release the hovering glory of God Almighty in the Senate chamber. We just pray right now, Lord God, over every desk.
Hi. If you're from Arizona, I mean this with all of the respect and concern in the world. What is going on in Arizona? What is going on in Arizona? So by now, you've probably heard of the 1800s Civil War era abortion law that's being discussed in Arizona. And here we can see GOP Senator Anthony Kern and his prayer team praying on the floor in tongues for the abortion ban to come to fruition in Arizona. No, folks, that's not an audio issue. That's real. Listen to it again. It's real. They're really on government property, on the floor, praying in tongues for a draconian abortion ban. Oh no, overturn Roe and then just leave it up to the states. It's a states issue. It's a states issue. And then this is what we get for that. We're not going back in time 20, 30, 50 years. We're going back to the 1800s, folks. Ladies, you better start learning how to churn butter because that's where we're headed. Now, Democrats tried to bring this 1864 abortion bill to the floor for a vote, and Republicans tried to shut that down. So Democrats did shout shame. We're in the olden days. We're in the olden days with people shouting shame at other people and people trying to force all-inclusive abortion bans. What year is it? Because it's not 2024. Now, I agree with the shaming. I would be shouting shame too. It feels so surreal that this is where we're currently at as a society. Now, of course, Trump was also asked about his thoughts on this new abortion ban they're trying to pass in Arizona, and he really stuck to his guns of it's states' decisions. It's for the people. The people will make it right.
Mr. President, did Arizona go too far? Did Arizona go too far?
Yeah, they did, and that'll be straightened out. And as you know, it's all about states' rights. That'll be straightened out. And I'm sure that the governor and everybody else are going to bring it back into reason, and that will be taken care of, I think, very quickly.
What do you think about Florida?
Florida's probably maybe going to change also. See, it's all of it's the will of the people. This is what I've been saying. It's a perfect system.
Perfect system. I made it so that these state politicians have the room and the ability to make these and pass these draconian laws. But the mobs of people, they'll keep it in check. And when that doesn't work, who's going to be to blame? Because I guarantee you, Donald Trump's not going to take the fall. Why do we need to leave it up to the states to decide whether or not women are allowed to have rights to reproductive health care in that state? Why is that something we're leaving up to the states? If you look at polling, most people, the majority of people, want women to have rights and they want women to have access to health care. But ever since overturning Roe v. Wade and leaving it up to the people, all of these state politicians have become more and more and more restrictive. And it's getting really, really dangerous.
It's devastating. We've talked about this. It's horrific. We are now at a territorial ban, a complete and total ban, as you outlined. In these scenarios, women will die. And when Donald Trump brags about overturning Roe, it's really important to be crystal clear that that is the foundation on which all of this devastation across the country, particularly in Arizona this week, has come from, right? He undermined systemically the entire basis for reproductive freedom in this country. So
overturning Roe v. Wade was not just about making abortion a state's issue. It was a stepping stone towards making more restrictive and more restrictive and more restrictive reproductive health care for women. And you can't tell me Trump wasn't well aware of that when he decided it was time we needed to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Arizona, Florida, Texas, the list is growing. It's 21 states and counting with bans and restrictions. And Arizona, while they had a 15-week ban, was still a place where some folks in the Southwest could go. And now we're going to have a regional healthcare desert. And you can see in this map, bookmarked in different parts of the country, where we have complete access limits. So, look, what Vice President Harris is doing by traveling the country and really making it crystal clear that this is the America that Donald Trump and his cronies have wrought. And this was an intentional plan that by undermining Roe, it starts with these total bans and it moves to attacks on birth control, IVF, and so much more.
Yeah, that's right. They are also in these more restrictive states, also going after things like IVF and contraceptives. Because what we really want is for women to return to being a subservient class that we have total control over. They're trying to lower the legal age to marry. They're actively getting rid of all reproductive health care that gives women a choice. And they're trying to make divorce harder in certain states, believe it or not. They're trying to make it harder to get divorced. These abortion bans aren't pro-life. They are pro-control women. That's all it's about. Please understand that. Especially the further we get into this rabbit hole, please understand that the evidence is mounting that it's not about pro-life, it's about anti-woman. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out some of my content that isn't news related, you can check out my personal YouTube channel at Bad Gamer Wyatt. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.